I think Widener did so much for me. It was my turn to sort of give back. Upon graduation, I moved away from the area, but I still came back for once a year. They have a manager's appreciation dinner, so it was always great to go back on the campus, see Doc Mahoney and some of the professors that really molded me who I am today.
Well, one of the first things is that I always stayed in touch with my professors when I graduated. I've come back to several classes and was a guest speaker to talk about meeting and event planning. And I also worked with Dr. Joy Dickerson on founding a student chapter with the National Association of Catering Executives.
I think the hospitality part is embraced at the school, and everything that hospitality is about, the professors, the dean, and the school is about as well. So it really set me up for having the right mentality, the right personality, the right attitude to come to work.
With my position in human resources, staying connected with the school has been a mutually beneficial relationship. It keeps me in touch with the school, but it also affords me the opportunity to recruit and retain great employees and students for the hotels that I work for.
I have a great relationship with Widener. I'm a huge believer to give back to the organization or school or company that really gave you your roots in your field. I speak regularly on campus at the Intro to Hospitality Management classes, the special events classes, as well as in my past we've had on-site tours of the various operations that I've worked at. Currently, we arrange for different lunches at our Star Restaurant properties for the students to come into with Professor Holt's class, and anywhere from doing a speed networking for the career fair to helping edit special events textbooks.
Well, I've been very involved with the school since I've left, more so in the last 5 to 7 years. I was honored to be asked to be part of the advisory board, and that's been a very enriching experience to really keep the hotel school still in the forefront, as well as still interact with a lot of the professors, which has really provided a selfish need of recruitment in my area of business. We've recruited some folks over the years, over a dozen for internships and co-ops, as well as we've had a great opportunity to retain 3 to 4 folks for full-time employment on our management level.
A lot of the reason I like to give back to Widener is because I was given so much during my education here. I get a lot of satisfaction by being given the opportunity to come back and share my passion and my knowledge.
I think I'm pretty much on the campus at least once or twice a year, either to help with recruiting for Aramark, to participate in some type of career fair activity, or to speak to a class. I've also hosted an extern here at the ballpark, and I've hired several interns throughout the years.
Widener, I thought, provided me with that one-on-one experience and education that I was looking for. I thought it was a fantastic way to really learn the industry. I thought the most important part and that I got the most out of was the co-ops and the internships, to be able to go out into the field and try a variety of things within the industry so that I could really focus on what I wanted to do when I graduated.
Well, I like to give back because I had such a great and memorable experience there. I participate in the speed interview process. I'm always looking for new co-op students for the upcoming season. I've also kind of given the task to Betsy as well as Sam to do the same thing, so that the alumni are becoming more and more active with the program. I think that the teachers really cared about us. Like, we weren't just students, we were part of a family.
The really cool thing about Widener and everything else is just that the people there are so great, and that stems and forms and solidifies everything. So it's definitely a couple of professors that I've always kept in touch with that have then transformed me to keep in touch with other people. So I'm very connected with people not just from the class of 1990, but all the people that I've hired, in co-ops or interns or anything else.
I think the most valuable thing about Widener University is that although it is a large university, there is still that sense of family, that sense of unity, especially within the School of Hospitality Management.
I think it comes down to really relationships and networking. I think the relationships that I built when I was at school, at some of these managers' dinners or things like that, really made me who I am today. I still have some of the business cards when I was a junior at some of these events downstairs in my office right now.
I think I've always had positive experiences with Widener students, several co-ops, internships. I've even had people come out for an externship, and they presented themselves so well and so excellently that led to subsequently an internship. I have my controller full-time is a Widener hospitality graduate who also minored in accounting, and she has a great job here. We're very happy with her. She's been here over 20 years. I think they are super prepared and always had success hiring from Widener students.
I think the students, when they come out of school from Widener or even as interns for Widener, they have a lot of hands-on experience. They're willing to get involved and be active in the management process, whereas I've seen some students from other schools that are ready to sit at a desk and they're not really used to the hands-on activity that is required to be successful.
I think that there is such thing as a Widener student, and I think because we have such a great, intense, and smaller program. It's more intimate, if you will. I think that you just get more out of it because of the relationships that you can develop with all of the teachers and everything else. So Widener grads, and I've met people from other schools that are okay, you know, but the Widener grads come and they've got this whole peopleness about them, this whole, you know, I'm here, you did the same thing that I did X amount of years ago, what can I learn from you and how can I keep going?
They made the learning experience real. They didn't, you know, put in our heads that the industry would be glamour. We knew when we were walking out the door based on our experience and our training that, you know, there would be days where you have to roll up your sleeve and, you know, clean out a drain or work the dish room or something along those lines. And so they made the experience real for us, both in the classroom learning, the exchange of the knowledge that the professors had, and in some of the field trips that we got to take as well.
I recently met a group of students at PCMA, and I thought that they were very eager. I was very impressed with how they were willing to network and represent themselves and the college. They were really an outgoing group of students, and I was really impressed with their professionalism and their maturity.
Being in human resources, I do have a lot of exposure to different hospitality programs at different schools. I find Widener students to be exceptionally prepared. They're knowledgeable, they ask the right questions, they're definitely prepared for working, they know what to expect.
Well, certainly you can understand that I have a biased opinion about Widener grads, being one ourselves. I really find that the Widener grads not only come out very prepared with significant work experience, but really a can-do attitude. But these folks are really ready to get it done immediately and not looking for visions of grandeur for the initial part of their career.
Networking is so crucial in our industry, and it really is a small group of people that you work with on a day-to-day basis.
Widener gives you a lot of exposure to their alum, whether it be through the tours that you take with different classes and groups. We also, with the small class sizes, you really get to know everyone in your class, both ahead of you and a few years behind you, so that helps to build that network once you graduate.
I'm a Widener guy, so I like to hire Widener people. So, you know, we have actually 2 or 3 people that went through the ranks here of the co-op program. One is Kim Brady, she's alumni, and basically we started out as, you know, the co-op, and now she was able to be a restaurant manager, and now she's the food and beverage manager. To see her really evolve, you know, it all ties down to co-op and Widener University.
The relationships that you develop with those people who are there sharing their knowledge and their expertise just help you grow even before you get out into the world, into internships and co-ops and then ultimately jobs. That's what drove me, and that's why I still today keep in touch with the dean and the school and professors and everything else. It's so important to me to kind of get that message out, you know, to folks. This is why Widener is so great. There are just good people there. There's great things to learn, and there's great people to teach it to you.